lesson today, we need page 317, 318. Pretty easy, but there's one thing down here that's a little bit new, but it's not hard, okay? So let's start on this side of the page, please, okay? This part up here you can do all by yourself, right? Easy sneezy, you don't need my help. This part here, easy sneezy, you don't need my help. There are doubles, 6 and 6, 4 and 4, 7 and 7, whatever it is, right there. Okay. This part down here is new, but it's very important. Okay, it says that Tanya and Tina have a swimming lesson. Now, I was talking to a mama, and well, actually, I was talking to her little boy, first of all, and he was doing his reading, and I asked him if he knew how to swim. And his mama said, yes. No, I mean, the little boy said, yes, he knew how to swim. But mama said, no, he did not know how to, nada, could not swim. And she said she didn't know how to swim. And her other little boy didn't know how to swim. Josh's mom, Josh doesn't know how to swim, but that's okay, right? Okay, so I told that everybody that lives on Roatan needs to learn to swim. Why? Because if you fall into the water, you need to be okay. If you're out swimming and all of a sudden, boom, there's a hole there, you need to get out, right? Or if little children get in trouble, somebody needs to help them, go get them and save them, right? Okay, everybody on Roatan needs to learn to swim. So if you don't know how to swim, you need to learn, right? Don't just play in the water. Find a big person and say, teach me how to swim. It's easy, okay? Swimming is easy, 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 easy. Anybody can learn to swim, okay? You can do it. People teach little babies to swim. They just throw them in the water, say swim, and the little baby, okay? Little itty bitty baby, they go, and they learn to swim, okay? You can do it. Okay, but Tanya and Tina's mommy wanted them to learn to swim, so they sent her to a special class. Okay, now their swimming lesson began at 3:30. Okay, 3:30. Okay, swimming lesson at 3:30. But they had to get there, right? And it would take them about half an hour to get there. So they had to get in their car, drive, and get to the swimming lesson, and then get all their things ready before it started. They wanted half an hour to make sure they were there on time. Kind of like people come to church late, they leave their house late. Okay, so they were going to leave a half an hour before, right? Half an hour before. So we have to turn the clock backwards. If they want to be there at 3:30, what time do they need to leave their house? At 3 o'clock. Last week we said, what time will it be in half an hour, right? So at 3 o'clock, let's get blue. At 3 o'clock, in half an hour, this hand will be down here. What will it be? 3:30. Let's get another marker. That one doesn't do too good. 3:30. Okay. So it says, set the hands on the clock, right? It says, set the hands on the clock for what time they should leave the house. So their lesson starts at 3. They want to be there a half an hour before, right? So they have to leave halfway around the clock, right? So back up, boop, 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 boop. They have to leave the house at 3 o'clock, right? Okay, now, so they get there at 3:30. Okay, now. Okay, you got that? So set your clock, the hands on the clock at 3 o'clock. Now, oh my goodness. The next question is going to be a toughie one. You ready? It says their lesson is going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes. Okay? So, Their lesson starts at 3:30, right? Now, if it's 1 hour, in 1 hour, if it's 3:30 now, so it's going to be 1 hour and 30 minutes. 1 hour, 30 minutes, right? Okay, so if it's 3:30 now, what time will it be in 1 hour, right? So we have to move our hour from here to here, right? So in 1 hour, it will be from 3:30 to 4:30, right? So after 1 hour, it will be 4:30, right? 4:30. But now we still need a half an hour more, right? So in half an hour, we have to move that hand up half an hour all the way up to here. What time will it be in 1 hour? I mean, in half an hour. If it's 4:30 now, in half an hour, what time will it be? It will be 5 o'clock. Ooh. Ooh, right? Or we can do it this way. So that's what you need to put in that box. 5 o'clock. Or we can figure it this way. We can figure it this way. Lesson started at 3:30, right? Okay, so this time we're going to do the half hour first. This time we're going to do the half hour first. Okay, in half an hour, what time will it be? In half an hour it'll be, oops, wrong way. 4 o'clock, right? Goes from here to here. Half an hour, it will be 4 o'clock, right? In 30 minutes, okay? Now, we need 1 more hour. 4 o'clock and 1 more hour will be 5 o'clock. See how that works? And we're going to be working on that a little bit more, but second grade, you're going to know a whole lot more. Very important to know how to do this, especially if you're going to travel. If you're going to travel on an airplane, you have to be at the airport if you're going to go over to Saba, 1 hour, stand in line 1 hour before your flight leaves so they can get your suitcases all in there and everything, okay? But if you're going to go to a different country, you need to be there at least 2 hours standing in line before your plane leaves. So if your plane is going to leave at 1 o'clock, you have to get there 2 hours before that, and sometimes there's a long line, so you need to get there earlier than that even, okay? So then, plus, you have to leave your house. So, if I am going to go on an airplane to the United States, which I probably will in June or July this year, for a few weeks to get things for school. So, if our plane leaves at 1 o'clock, okay, 1 o'clock. Well, a lot of times the plane leaves at 11 o'clock. If the plane leaves at 11 o'clock, okay, and we have to be there 2 hours before that, what does 11 take away 2? 11 take away 2 is 9. So we have to be there at, oops, wrong way. Okay, we have to be there at the airport at 11 o'clock, right? But we have to be there 2 hours before that. 11 take away 2 is 9. So we have to be at the airport at 9 o'clock. But we have to leave our house. And it takes about 15 minutes to get there. But till we go through town, if we get stuck behind some taxi or some borracho or whatever, and we're just waiting and waiting and waiting, and then we have to get our suitcases out of the bus inside. So we would give it an extra half hour. We leave our house 1 half hour before that. So now we have to go backwards. Okay, we have to be there at 9 o'clock. So we leave our house at what time? Go backwards. at 8:30, okay? Yep. Those are things you have to learn if you're going to travel, how to work with the clock. But you need it for all sorts of things. If you're going to be at a meeting or whatever, you need to know how to use a clock. We'll be working on that a lot in 2nd grade, okay? But for today, there we go. Okay, now, this side of the paper, we have money, 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 okay? I'm going to hold this up. This one's 50 cents. These are 10s. These are 25s, 1, 5, 10, 10, 5, and that's a 1, right? You know how to do them. If you don't know the money, you can stop the video and copy it. Here, put your temperature in. What do you do over here? How many 10s? Oops, let's do it this way. How many 10s are in this number? How many 1s? How many hundreds? And how many 1s? Okay, we've been doing that all along, okay? So, that's our lesson for today. What do you need to do? Do this lesson. Oh, there goes our airplane. Okay. Get your lesson today, and please practice your sumas, your rest, practice those cards so you are ready for your test. I don't want it time for take your exam and you don't do well. And then your mom's like, my little boy wants to go to 2nd grade. My little girl wants to go to 2nd grade. And I say, fine. But your little boy, your little girl cannot go to 2nd grade at Roca Solida because your little boy, your little girl did not do his lessons this year. Your little boy or little girl waited too long. You have plenty of time. Okay, this is week 33. You must take your exam in week 35. Get on them, get studying so you know them down, no problem. If you haven't been studying, don't cry to me, right? So really work hard. If you haven't been studying, work really hard to get them down, okay? Okay, see you tomorrow.